Hello, 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 hello. What is going on? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? How's everyone doing today? The camera just going out of focus instantly. You love to see it. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome into the live stream. I'm going to fix my camera immediately. But thank you guys for stopping by today's stream. We're going to have a great one today. Game tonight is pretty mid, if I'm being completely honest with you, right? Obviously, on paper, this game isn't all that great, but I do think at the end of the day, it will still be a fun one, right? I don't think that the 49ers might absolutely stomp the Giants, but is what it is. Should still be a fun game that is interesting to watch. So let's get on into it. I'm just posting the updated rankings to Patreon. Brandon Ayuk is out. So don't have Brandon Ayuk in your lineup. And then we are going to get on into it once these are posted. So I appreciate everyone dropping by. Make sure you guys smash that like button on the stream like it owes you some money. And we are going to get into things in just about probably 10 seconds from now. Appreciate all you guys stopping by the stream. It means a ton to me. So let's get into it here. Let's get into it. Everyone smash that like button. Michael Brown says, pick one to start: Garrett Wilson, Lockett, Addison, or Flowers. If Waddle sits out, who else from that group should I start? So as a Dolphins fan, it does kind of seem like Jalen Waddle isn't going to end up playing on Sunday, if I'm being honest with you. I thought, based upon the fact that he was seen at practice yesterday, he was going to be good to go, but he didn't practice today. I think the Dolphins are just trying to be very cautious with it, right? Like, let's be honest with you. It's against the Denver Broncos, right? This isn't the Bills. This isn't like the fucking Super Bowl, right? So they don't want to chance Waddle getting re-injured. So it does make sense. So I don't think Waddle's going to play. If so, I would go with Lockett as well as Addison. What's going on, John? How you doing, my man? Start Lockett, Flowers for Waddle. If Waddle is out, I would definitely go with Lockett. Oh, no, that was an answer to the question. I apologize for that. Gustavo, what's up, my man? Brian Robinson, Pittman, DJ Moore, or Nico Collins. I would go with Nico Collins. What it do, nephew? Seahawks, Pats, or Chiefs defense this week? I would probably go Patriots. What's up, Green Eyed Bandit? How you doing, man? You're Jerome Ford or Addison. I would go with Jordan Addison. I like Jerome Ford, but I'm going to be honest with you. This Titans matchup is going to make a lot of people very mad that they played Jerome Ford. Again, I don't think Jerome Ford's a bad player, but the Titans defense is very much a pass funnel, right? Against the pass, they're absolutely atrocious, but up against the run, they're actually pretty good. And again, Jerome Ford isn't really all that amazing. I know Kareem Hunt's there, and I'm not really too worried about Kareem Hunt, but I am definitely worried about the matchup. Great day for football. Yes, sir. Howdy, Nicholas. How you doing, AC? Raiders. Go Niners. I think the Niners are going to coast to victory tonight. What's up, Fantasy Ballers? What's up, man? Go 49ers defense. Yes, sir. Let's go the Niners defense. With Bryce Young being out, which defense do you like more, the Chiefs or the Seahawks or the Browns? I still like both of them. I would probably still lean with the Browns, though. Jeremy, thank you for the super chat, my man. Pick one flex: Jahan Dotson, Tank Dell, Brandon Cooks, or Jaden Reed. So let's actually check real quick about Brandon Cooks' health, because that was a topic that we were talking about in the start sit video. Brandon Cooks, Roto World. See what it says here. It says Brandon Cooks is expected to miss Sunday's game. That was from 4 days ago. Brandon Cooks practicing again Thursday. So I assume Brandon Cooks is going to play. Jahan Dotson has not been looking the best. Like, McLaurin's definitely looked better than him, and I didn't think that was going to be the case. The Commanders' matchup against the Bills definitely seems like one that won't end up being all that interesting, if I'm being honest with you. So it's really just between Tank Dell or Jaden Reed. Christian Watson's availability seems kind of iffy at this point, if I'm being honest with you. Like, Christian Watson didn't participate in practice on Thursday, so it seems like Christian Watson is probably going to end up as out again, which would elevate Jaden Reed. So I'm going to go for Jaden Reed personally. I like Jaden Reed the most out of that group. So thank you for the super chat, Jeremy. I really appreciate you. Best defense to start this week. I think the Patriots are one of the better ones. Cowboys. Thoughts on Waller tonight against a tough defense? Look, I'm just going to play him. You drafted him highly for a reason. Chris Jones going to sack Fields 50 times probably. Fields calling out the Fields calling out the coaches is just so stupid. Like, look, man, it's also partially your fault that you're just standing back there getting plowed by the defense instead of moving. Mr. Nick, I honestly don't know who either of those people are. And I think you asked me last week, and I still don't know who they were. I have Jets defense. I don't know what to do. Nothing much on waivers. Just stick with the Jets. Daniel, Russ sucks. That is true. 1/3 of his fantasy points came on 2 plays. 1 lucky Hail Mary. Danny and Howell are a toss-up. Worried about Danny versus the... Yeah, I think I'd still go with Danny over Howell, though. I got offered Madison for Hunter Henry. Do I accept? I mean, if you don't need Hunter Henry, there is still legitimately a chance. Unless you're trading Madison for Hunter Henry. If you are, then go ahead. I mean, Madison's value, I don't think is necessarily dead. There's a chance that Cam Akers shows up on Sunday and just looks like shit, right? Cam Akers hasn't looked good this season, and there's just a real chance that Cam Akers is just dust. Now, there's also a chance that Madison's dust, right? And they both end up just being awful this season, which is probably the most likely scenario if we're being honest. Trade Kyle Pitts for Hunter Henry. Can't believe it's gotten to this point. At this point, fuck Kyle Pitts, man. I thought Kyle Pitts was going to be fine. I really thought that they realized that, hey, we have this elite weapon in Kyle Pitts. We got to give him the ball more, and it's just not happening. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm starting to believe more in Hunter Henry as the weeks go on. And yeah, Madison has sucked. I do like his matchup against the Chargers. I don't really think we're going to see a lot of Cam Akers this week. I got offered Madison. I already answered that one. Higbee or Otten, definitely would go Higbee. Bike Walkers MTB says 8-team full PPR. Should I stick with Tee Higgins or go with either of the guys from Gabe Davis, Connor Stevenson, or Mike Thomas? Not sure about Burrow. Yeah, I'm not sure about Burrow either. I'd probably just go ahead and lean with Ramondre Stevenson. Roshan or Burrito? I would go with Burrito. Actually, I don't know if I would do that. Let me check out the rankings real quick. Let's see here. Oh, man, that's so gross. Yeah, I would go with Roshan Johnson, but neither of them are good options if we're being honest. So I have Jaden Reed on both my teams. Great call. Yeah, I got Jaden Reed on my bench on a couple squads. 1 running back, James Conner, Josh Kelly, Javonte Williams, James Conner. My team is Herbert, Pollard, Gibbs, Wilson, Olave, Ertz, Kyron, Collins, Judy, Hollywood, Hunt, Higbee, Myers. I was offered ETN, AJ Brown, and Hot for Pollard, Wilson, and Myers. Yeah, accept that. Start Matt Breida or Jalen Warren. I would start Matt Breida. Sold London, Aaron Jones, and Kelly for MT and Josh Jacobs. That's not bad, I guess. I think I'd rather have. I think I would rather have MT and Jacobs. Josh Reynolds, Zach Moss, or Addison. Pick 3. That's 3 guys, though. Did you mean pick 2? That's Zach Moss and Addison. Rate my starting lineup. What's up, Tyron? How you doing, man? Hurts, Ridley, Higgins, Connor, Kyron, Kincaid, Addison, kicker. Looks pretty good. The only downside is Kincaid, but I'm starting Kincaid this week. Madison has sucked. I think I brought this up, but yeah, it is very true. Very, very true. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? Craig Reynolds or Elijah Moore. Don't get cute and start Craig Reynolds. Go with Elijah Moore. I think they brought in Zonovan Knight as well. 2 dust in the wind, and I have both Madison and Akers on the same team. Dude, you should see some of my best ball teams, Sammy. They're both on like half my squads. Are we starting Purdy over Fields this week? I would start Mr. Suns in 4. I would start... Oh, fuck. That's tough, man. That's tough. See, look, I'm more risky than most people, so I'm just gonna believe somehow that fucking Fields is gonna turn everything around, right, and just be good this week. But if we're being blatantly honest with you, you should probably start Purdy over Fields, though I do have Fields ranked ahead of Purdy. So it's really just... If it was up to me, I'd play Fields, but if you want to be safe, just go with Purdy because you know what Purdy's going to do. Purdy's going to put up some solid points, and you don't have to actually worry about anything. Whereas if you play Fields, Fields might just be a complete and utter fucking disaster. So I'd probably gun to head. If it was up to me, I'm going Purdy. Probably. Again, I adjust my rankings so many times throughout the week that it's crazy. There's like a million adjustments. My brain changes all the time. So yeah. Try to pop the chat out. Okay, so we're going to go with Brock Purdy in that scenario. Eagles give up tons of points to the tight end, so Jake Ferguson or K. Dotton. Definitely Jake Ferguson over K. Dotton, 100%. 100%. Good looks, no problem, Sons of 4. Got like 33,000 in one in my pocket. All right. Jaden Warren or Burrito? Jalen Warren or Burrito? I would probably go... dude, it's so gross. I think I told the other person to play Burrito. I think I would actually change my mind. I'd go Jalen Warren over Burrito. Waller leading the league receiving yards from tight ends as of week 2, I believe. It wouldn't shock me if that's true. I mean, week 1, he was irrelevant, but week 2, he looked good. He's one of the better tight ends in the NFL, so I would probably start him with confidence. Ty Chandler droppable. Yeah, Ty Chandler's basically dead in the fucking water as of right now. I'm going with my gut, Jim, and playing Gibbs. I think Gibbs is like a must-start guy this week, right? Because if Gibbs was ever to get it done, it would be this week, right? If Gibbs was to ever get a gazillion carries, it would be without David Montgomery. Now, could Dan Campbell end up messing around and giving us Craig Reynolds or Zonovan Knight with a bunch of carries? Would it surprise me? No. Because the guy's an idiot. And I don't think he's like actually an idiot because I think Dan Campbell's a pretty good coach. But I think when push comes to shove, he will make some stupid decisions like that. So DK Metcalf doesn't practice again on Thursday. Saquon Barkley says he's dealing with a high ankle sprain. No shit. Those are the 2 most recent reports. Johnson or Otten? I would go with Otten. Crystal VB says pick 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Williams, George Pickens, Zay Flowers, Christian McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs, Pacheco, Mostert, Pitts, Henry. That looks good. So I would go Amon-Ra, Mike Williams, George Pickens, McCaffrey, Gibbs, and Henry. Darren Waller start tonight, 100%. For the money, I'm a bastard. Yeah. Alrighty. Trying to just make sure all my lineups are set. Who do you start? Goff, Love, or Stafford? I'm going with the Goffinator, Jared Goff. Lost Ayuk, Addison, Watson, or London. I'd go in Addison. I give Laporta or Henry for Madison. Should I do it? I need a running back really bad. Yeah, just give up Laporta for Madison. Zach Moss or Alexander Madison. I'd go Zach Moss. Where do you rank D-Hop? He's like a top 25-ish option. I definitely do think he's worth holding, though. I don't know how many of you guys just fucking look at Twitter all day like I do. There was a funny-ass video. I don't know what college it is, but it's like a Zoom class for college, and DeAndre Hopkins is in that class, and he's just in like the Titans locker room in class. It's very funny. Had me chuckling a little bit when I saw it. Henry, you like Laporta better for the season. I like Henry better for the season, but yeah, it is pretty close. Pitts or Henry? Henry. Thoughts on Kareem going the next few weeks? I think we're going to have to just wait and see with Kareem Hunt. I really do still think Jerome Ford's going to be the guy, though. Hey, Nick, start B-Rob this week or Zach Moss? I'd go with Zach Moss. Should I trade Mike Evans for Hawkinson? My current tight end is Njoku. With those other receivers, yeah, I'm doing that. Should I trade Kyron Williams for David Montgomery? Fuck no, baby. Unless you're getting Kyron Williams. Spock, I hope he can get back to his late season form. Help me win a league. Higgins or Dotson for ETN? Higgins and Dotson for ETN. I would rather have, at this point, ETN. Kicker, Folk, or Moody? I'd go Moody. Algier or Kelly for the RB2? Kelly. I love the content. Thank you, Boxer, bro. I appreciate you. Who to flex? DJ Moore, Javonte, Rashad, or Pierce? It's a good question. I'd flex Rashad. Waller or Goddard? Waller. I like Laporta, too. I like Laporta as well. Non-PPR, who do you flex? DJ Moore, Javonte. Rashad. Who should I start my flex? Just let me know the players. Flex Christian Watson if he's healthy, or go with Zay Flowers. I'd go Nico Collins. Thoughts on Jacoby Myers as a pickup? He's a good pickup to stash on your bench. Should I trade Pittman for Debo? Ooh, I think I would rather have Pittman, if I'm being honest with you. And then Terry or Hop, definitely Hopkins. Definitely Hopkins. Got to check all my fantasy lineups to make sure all the correct guys are in. I don't think I have anyone really playing tonight in a lot of my leagues. I didn't draft a lot of 49ers or Giants guys. I do have Danny Dimes, but he's riding the pine because I got my boy Tua in the starting lineup. I didn't get Darren Waller in a lot of my regular leagues because I wanted him so bad. And the thing is, when I want a player and I talk about him a bunch, my friends just draft him instead of me getting to draft him. That's just how it goes. Thoughts on Kyren Williams for Watson? Kyren Williams just doesn't look explosive on tape. Volume is cool, but Kyren injury prone. I don't think Kyren's injury prone. I would rather have Kyren Williams than Watson at this point. Hey, bro, you rock. Njoku or Ertz? Ertz 100%, Mike. Which two do I start between these three? I would go with Collins and Kirk. Hey, Nick, should I drop Roschon Johnson to pick up Kenneth Gainwell? No. Everyone asking who to flex, but how are you feeling today, Go? Thank you, Jubal. I'm feeling great, man. How are you feeling? You're the GOAT. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, Dan. I love your picture of Ghost there. Dakota, how you doing, man? D-Hop, Mike Thomas, or Christian Watson. I would go with, if Watson plays, Watson. If not, go D-Hop. You guys see that? I'm saying your name, Dakota, reminded me of Dak Prescott. Dude, did you guys see what happened to Trayvon Diggs? That's so sad. Like, getting hurt in practice is so much worse than getting hurt in a game, in my opinion, because when it's in the game, like, you're like, you get it, right? Jalen Ramsey for the Dolphins gets hurt in practice, and it's like, that's terrible. It just feels like way worse. Neil says, hey, boss, Flowers, Swift, Brian Robinson, Hopkins, Lockett, pick 2. I'm going Lockett and Swift. Thank you, Wesley, for the super chat. I appreciate that, and I love you holding up that fish there. Flex, Kyren Williams, James Conner, or Nico Collins? Great question. So these are 3 guys that are in a majority of scenarios basically must starts, right? Like, you're not really sitting James Conner, Kyren Williams, or Nico Collins on a majority of the teams, right? Nico Collins has been stunting out there. Nico Collins got a pretty decent matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But what I will tell you is at this point, I can't sit Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams has been too good 2 games in a row. Now, will eventually the wheels potentially fall off of Kyren Williams? I would have to think so, right? I do think eventually we are going to get to the point in the season where it is just a complete and utter disaster for Kyren Williams, potentially, because I don't think Kyren Williams is really that elite of a back, but he's proved us correct, or proved me wrong twice in a row, right? 2 straight weeks in a row, playing really well. Again, Nico Collins has looked really good, but I'm just going to start Kyren Williams. Again, I like the matchup for the Rams, and I think that Kyren Williams at this point, if you sit him, you're just a little crazy. So even though I like Connor and Nico Collins, I'm definitely flexing Kyren Williams. Thank you, Wesley, for the super chat. Jeffrey, shout out to my boy Jeffrey. Thank you for the super chat. Love the content. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything as well, Jeffrey. I really appreciate you watching all the streams. All you guys that are in the chat right now, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button if you're new. It helps me out a ton. We are almost at 28,000 subscribers. I think we're like 20 away from when I started the stream, so that's fucking crazy, right? I don't think Waddle's going to play, so I think my dad might actually end up beating me in this league, which is going to be a real tough scene. Real tough scene for me. But you never know. You never know. Thank you guys for the super chat. Today is the week where in both of the leagues me and my dad are in together where we play against each other. 10,000 Noodles just got Tyreek and Nico for Devontae Adams and Miles. That's a great trade for you, my friend. Who to flex in a 12-man full PPR? D-Hop, Joshua Kelly, or Tyler Algier? I would definitely flex Hopkins. How do we feel about the Browns signing Hunt for 1 year? I think Hunt is going to get touches, but I don't think Hunt is going to be really that fantasy valuable, unless maybe Jerome Ford just stinks and that one game was a bit fugazi. Gino or Fields this week? I would go with Fields. Should I trade Mixon for K9 straight up? I would. Will Kyler Murray be back for week 5? I don't think so. Jerome Ford or Dameon Pierce? Ford for sure. Puka on my flex and CD and Mike Williams, or CD, Puka. Go CD, Mike Dub, and Puka. Drop Brandon Cooks for Godwin, 100%. I don't know how the hell, Ben, I have no idea how Godwin's available on your waiver wire. Robinson, Jr. or Pacheco? Robinson. Bass or Moody? I would go Bass. Kyren Williams had 76 of 80 offensive snaps. Yeah. He's a beast. Sammy, you're not even rooting for me, man. What the hell? Have Devontae Adams with who? Myers, Pickens, or Josh Reynolds? If Myers plays, Myers. If not, go with Pickens. Pick 2, Swift, Javonte, Hall. I would go with Swift and Breece Hall. Nah, Swift and Javonte. Dude, Breece Hall needs to get way more touches. I have no fucking idea what the Jets are doing. Against my dad in this one league, he's 2-0. I'm 1-1. I'm going to have to start Breece Hall and Dameon Pierce, my running backs. My receivers are Jalen Waddle, Jefferson, and Ridley. My team looks good, but it's just the injuries are doing me dirty right now. Let's see your lineup for this week. Yeah, I'll throw my teams on the screen. Let's do that real quick. I'll keep answering your guys' questions. I'm just gonna throw this on the screen. None of your business. It is definitely possible that happens because not everyone plays like the sharpest of leagues ever imaginable. All right, so here is one of the games against my dad. Here, I'll throw myself at the bottom of the screen so you can see it better. I am Team Tua, tug on my cock, of course, if you couldn't guess. Slam fingers in the door, especially on the weekend. That's facts. CD, Mike Williams, and Puka on the flex. Is that good? Yes. He will throw the ball to himself. It's the generation gap because I got you the rest of the season. Let's go Buffalo. The Buffalo War Pigs. That's funny, Sammy. Buffalo will play the Dolphins next week, Sammy. Should be a fun one. Should be a real fun one, Sammy. Let's see. Moritz. Apologize if I say your name wrong again. You guys know, anyone who's been on this channel for a while knows that I'm about as silly as it gets when it comes to pronouncing names. Pittman, Pickens, or Aaron Jones. If Aaron Jones plays, you are 150% playing Aaron Jones. If Aaron Jones doesn't play, I'm going with Pittman, even though it seems like Anthony Richardson's going to be out and Gardner Minshew is going to be the quarterback. So I'm going Jones. If Jones doesn't play, I'm going Pittman. So thank you for the super chat. That one was that was kind of easy for me, so that's why I didn't give you like a crazy breakdown. Aaron Jones was the running back 1 or 2 in week 1. He was really dominant, looked real good. Jordan Love looks good. I get the matchup against the Saints isn't the best, but Aaron Jones is like a no-brainer. If not, though, I'm just going with Pittman because I feel like he's gonna get more targets than Pickens. And man, oh man, does what's that guy's name? Kenny Pickett stink. Hard to the core says Notorious. What's up, my man? Fields or Love? See, look, I don't trust Fields at all, but I'm playing Fields over Jordan Love. Again, we talk about the matchup. The Saints are a little bit tough defensively. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Love has his worst game by far in week 3. Again, Fields against the Chiefs is a good matchup. The problem is, will Fields actually figure it out? Will Fields start to actually run the ball correctly like he used to? So I would probably go with Fields, though, in that scenario, if I'm being honest with you. I like Jordan Love, but I'm going Fields. Tyler Sperry, what's up, my man? Thank you for the super chat yet again. Goff or Love? Yeah, definitely got to go with Jared Goff. Jared Goff has been balling. He's been playing pretty well recently, so I would find it pretty tough to sit. I would find it pretty tough to sit Jared Goff at this point. I think Jared Goff just looks really good. And I think Jared Goff is going to continue to play quite well. And I think Jared Goff could even get better once Jameson Williams comes back there, right? And his receiver 2 isn't Khalif Raymond or Josh Reynolds. Again, I like Jordan Love. I just am not in love with the matchup, Tyler. So I'd go Goff personally. And I think Goff's matchup could be pretty high scoring. Sasai, I believe, Sign. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Flex, Craig Reynolds or Jawan Jennings. I think I would rather be taken out back and executed like a horse that broke his leg, but I would go with Craig Reynolds. I guess I'm going to chance it with Jawan Jennings. Deebo Samuel, without Brandon Ayuk, like, you have to think Jawan Jennings is at least getting 2 targets in this game, and if he takes it to the crib, if he just does anything, he's probably going to outscore Greg Reynolds because they also brought in Zonovan Knight. So I'm going to go Jawan Jennings. I don't love either of those options. Obviously, I assume this is a deeper league, so we're going to go with Jawan Jennings. Could be way worse, though, honestly, without Ayuk. No problem, Jesus Christmas. Did you see that Fields miss a wide-open receiver in the red zone? Of course he did. I did see that clip. Yeah, he's not looking very good this week. Yeah, Love has been throwing a hell of touchdowns, and I'd like to see how Love performs with Watson and like the whole team there, Aaron Jones, because I do think Jordan Love's a good quarterback. But yeah, that passing touchdown rate, if you guys don't know, Spock brought it up with 11.5%. Typically, that number is going to be around 5% for passing touchdown rate. So like 11, double that is fucking crazy. Typically, like a guy like Mahomes, if he threw like 6% passing touchdown rate, you wouldn't be shocked, right? Because it's Mahomes. But this is Jordan Love throwing 11%. Again, you don't really want to necessarily overreact just yet, because it will even out as the season goes along. And Love has been great. I do agree with that, but I'm definitely going with Goff over him. Tyler, thank you for the super chat again. Waddle might be out, Pittman or Josh Reynolds. Great question. So in my opinion, I think that Waddle will miss as a Dolphins fan based upon the reports we've got, right? He was at practice yesterday, and I believe he was spotted at practice, but when you're in the concussion protocol, they have to do a bunch of stuff before he can actually practice. If he practices tomorrow, I would say, yeah, he's probably playing on Sunday. But the fact that he didn't practice on Thursday when you're trying to push through this concussion protocol, that's like a 5-6 step process, I would say he's probably out. Josh Reynolds, I think, is a pretty good option this week, but I would go with Pittman, even with Gardner Minshew. He's the clear number one receiver there. Josh Downs, Alec Pierce just really aren't all that great. So I would lean with Michael Pittman Jr. personally over Josh Reynolds. I just think that is your best bet there. And again, even with Gardner Minshew, he could see 10 plus targets in this game. So this is another one of my matchups here that's on your screen right now. I am Team Tuities, Nuts in Your Mouth, playing up against Johnny Armed Rowdry. He is a mod in the chat, been my friend for a very long time. You'll see him in the chat every once in a while. Got a solid matchup here. My team is looking dangerous like Russell Wilson. I'm on the left. He's on the right. So again, yeah, I definitely go with Pittman over Josh Reynolds. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I'm good. Damian Pierce or Tyler Algier Pierce. I offered a trade for Matt Breida for Zach Moss. What do you think, dude? If you can get Zach Moss for Matt Breida, you're laughing at the bank. Debo tonight, he'll be fine. Justin Herbert or Kirk Cousins. I'd go Herbert. I've seen people ranking Kirk Cousins ahead of Herbert, which I don't even think is that crazy at this point. I've got him ranked back-to-back. I have Herbert one spot ahead. Pick 2, Pittman, Mostert, Judy Pickens, Brian Robinson. I would go Mostert and B-Rob. Start Purdy or Dak. I'd go Purdy. Waller or Freiermuth. I would go Waller. Let me just check the Patreon real quick to make sure no one asked a question on there, because I always make sure to answer on there because people pay money for them. Nope, nothing in there. I've been trying to trade Love for Burrow. Yeah, I would accept that if you're getting Burrow. Becky. Oh my God. Becky, thank you for the super chat. Running back 2, Najee Pierce, Warren, or Gus Edwards. All right. So Najee Harris, I'm going to be honest with you. If I am the head coach or Matt Canada, I am taking Najee Harris, throwing him onto the bench, and starting Jaylen Warren. But is that what they're actually going to do? Probably not, right? What they're probably going to end up doing is just giving Najee a gazillion touches anyways and him being bad. So I'm not going Najee, and I don't trust Jaylen Warren enough to really start him over Najee. So it's either Pierce or Gus Edwards. I think the safest option, if you want a guaranteed 8 points, I'd go Gus Edwards. Right? If you want to do a quote-unquote layup, right? Just throw the ball in the hoop real quick, layup, go Gus Edwards. If you want to go for the riskier option and you want to go for more upside, I would go Dameon Pierce. I still think Dameon Pierce possesses a whole lot of upside. I still think he's a really good running back. Just the offensive line is really holding him back. So I would lean, personally, if this is my team, I'm playing Dameon Pierce. But if you want the safer option, right, you want that guaranteed 8-ish points, go ahead and just play Gus Bus Edwards. Jackson, thank you for the super chat, man. Just ask your question in the chat and I'll answer it for you. I'm liking Baker better than Danny Dimes. I don't think that's really all that crazy of a take, if I'm being honest with you. I think Baker should have a pretty decent game. I worry about Danny Dimes against the 49ers tonight. So I don't really got anyone playing tonight in any of these teams. This is my final team here. That's on NFL. Eagles giving up the most fantasy points to quarterbacks so far this season. Not really that surprising. They've been in some high-scoring games. Fields, Love, or Richardson. I'm 0-2. Help me out. Yeah. I would go Fields. I don't think Richardson's going to play. Full PPR. I got offered Mixon and A.J. Brown from Mostert and Jamar Chase. Take that, run away. Bro, I got Richardson, but it's either him or Purdy. Just play Purdy. I don't think Richardson's going to play. Njoku or Pitts. It's sad that I have to ask that. Yeah, I'd go Pitts, but it's gross. I just have no one playing tonight in fantasy. So boring. This team is cracked right here, this team I have. This is in my home league that my dad is also in. This is the one that I'm a commissioner of. I think Dameon Pierce will be good buy low next week. Maybe. The problem is the Texans' offensive line is just so bad. Fields or Tua. Let me be honest with you, Dion. Prime time. Let's go. Look, if you want the guaranteed points, go Tua. If you want the riskier, higher upside, go Fields. I go Tua. I think they have pretty similar upside. This team I have right here is really good. This is probably my favorite team. T-Law, James Cook. James Cook also just had a kid. So if you guys have James Cook's going to score a touchdown because he just had a kid. Trade London for Christian Watson. Yes. Should I bench Lawrence for Dak? I could be getting too cute. Yeah, I would play Lawrence personally. Jubal says, I have the Cowboys in 4 leagues. Hurts to lose Diggs. Will they remain top tier defense? Yes. Oh, wait. Let me make sure that Jackson didn't ask a question. Jackson, make sure you ask a question in chat. If you didn't already. I didn't mean to fucking... Let me throw this over here. Make sure, Jackson, you ask your question so I can find it. Let's see. Jackson. Waiting for all the questions to load. Oh, Jackson did ask his question. I'm just a stooge. I went right past it. So, Jackson, thank you for the super chat again. I really appreciate you. Jackson said, full PPR got offered Mixon. Oh, I already answered this, but I'll give you a more in-depth version of this. Mixon and A.J. Brown for Mostert and Jamar Chase. So the way I think about this personally is Mostert, while is really good right now, there's a chance when Jeff Wilson shows up that Mostert's back in irrelevancy or that Mostert gets hurt like he always does. Knock on wood, we don't root for injuries, especially on Dolphins guys. And then or A-Chain gets a lot more work. So I'm just thinking about this logically, right? I like Jamar Chase. I love Jamar Chase. He could be the receiver 1 at the end of the season. But Mixon and A.J. Brown is the way safer bet there. And they both have similar upside. So if you have Mixon and if you're getting Mixon and A.J. Brown, accept that trade 100%. I would rather have Mixon and A.J. Brown over Mostert and Jamar Chase. So Mixon and A.J. Brown would be the group to have there. TJ, thank you for the super chat, my man. Let's see if TJ put his question in the chat. TJ Towel. Fuck. All right, there we go. Hi, everyone. He said at the beginning of the chat. What's up, everyone? What's up, TJ? So TJ said, survey says, I don't think my message posted with my super chat. I'll ask again here. Yeah, just ask again here. If you donate only $1, which again, I'm not shitting on you for donating $1. I appreciate it. They don't let you put a message in the super chat. I don't think. I think we discovered that last week. Kendrick says, I traded Puka and Mostert for Chase. Bad trade this week. It's a bad trade for this week, yes. Because I'd rather have Puka and Mostert this week. But in the future, Chase probably ends up being the better bet. So, yeah, I think that's a fine trade, Kendrick. Assuming Joe Burrow gets back healthy and back to normal, because then you're I don't think that's a bad trade, if I'm being completely honest with you. Because like I said about Mostert, there is a chance that Raheem Mostert, not even 1 week from now, is irrelevant. Puka, I think, is going to have value when Cooper Kupp is back. But I think that Mostert can lose a ton of value. I think Jamar Chase is going to end up finishing still super high at receiver. And I think Puka's obviously going to take the hit when Cooper Kupp comes back. So I don't think that's really that crazy of a trade. This week, sure, it might hurt. But going forward, I don't think it's that bad. And TJ, don't feel bad about only sending $1. I don't care. If you send $1 super chat, I appreciate you very much anyways. I'm just telling you, that's just how it works. According to what we figured out last week, I think if you send $1, you can't type anything. If you send anything over $1, like $1.99, $2, whatever, then I can get the question in the chat. But you can still ask your question, TJ, and I'll answer it, obviously. Terrell, thank you for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate you. Breece Hall, Jalen Warren, Garrett Wilson, or Tutu PPR flex. So, yeah, this is a good question. Because in reality, Breece Hall should be the layup option, right? Breece Hall should be getting a bunch of touches. But last week, I think Dalvin got 6 rushes. Breece got 4. So that's 10 against the Cowboys. You would think they would rush more against the Patriots, but you don't know. Zach Wilson could throw them out of this game in a big way. Like, I know there was a lot of Jets fans talking about, oh, they're going to be fine with Zach Wilson. That obviously wasn't the case. So then you got Jalen Warren, who you just don't want to start because you know that the team's just going to feed Najee Harris for no fucking reason, right? So you can't really start Jalen Warren, especially in this scenario. So I'll give you 2 answers to this question. If you want a layup, you want 12 points, go 2-2. You want the safe bet, 2-2 in PPR is going to be safe, right? Wrap the rubber around your team. But if you want the upside, right, you're going for broke. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I want 25 points. Go with Garrett Wilson. The Patriots defense is banged up. If it was my team, I'm playing Garrett Wilson and praying to the football gods above that Garrett Wilson smashes. But if you want the safety option, just go ahead and go 2-2 because 2-2 is clearly much safer. That's just how it goes. So again, if you want the safe option, go 2-2. If you want the high upside option, go with Garrett Wilson. Put in Flacco. He's still with the Jets? No, Flacco's not with the Jets anymore. The Jets need to trade for I don't know. They need Jameis Winston. If the Jets had Jameis Winston, they could get to the playoffs 100%. I know a lot of people don't like Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston's good enough to get them to the playoffs. And TJ, make sure you put your question in chat so I can answer. Reynolds and Zay. Breida, Madison, and Ford. Kelly Ford, Gabe Davis, full PPR. Pick 2 running backs and a flex. Yeah, so go Ford, Gabe Davis, and Madison. Famous Jameis Winston. Is Tony droppable at this point? I would drop Tony for Charbonnet. How do we feel about Zay Flowers and T. Higgins as my flex? Also, Devontae Smith is questionable. Devontae Smith's going to play based on everything I've read. Higgins would plummet down the rankings if Jake Browning's the quarterback, so I'd have to go Zay Jones in that scenario. But we'll see. We'll get more updates on this as the week goes on. Oh, you did, TJ? You did post your question? I don't see it. Can you post it one more time? Sorry, this was a problem that we had in chat. If anyone was here on Sunday, where someone just couldn't post their question in chat, just wasn't working. You might be using some type of things you can't use, like some type of a character you can't use, and it just auto gets blocked by the chat. So try to use just commas or whatever in your question. Again, sorry about that. If it doesn't work out, I can figure out a different way for you to ask the question too. Colton, Javonte, Ford, Pierce, Pacheco. Great question, Colton. Pick 2. Ford for sure. I'm locking Ford in. I'm just going to have to play Ford. I think Ford, again, how good is he actually? Who knows, to be honest with you, right? He's barely been in the NFL he's been in the NFL for half a cup of coffee, but I think you got to play Ford even against the Titans defense. And then it's between Javonte, Pacheco, Pierce. I'd probably go with Pacheco due to his matchup being really ideal against the Bengals. I mean, the Bears. That's what we meant to say, the Bears. So I would go with Ford and Pacheco. I don't really like Pacheco that much, but I think against that matchup, you just kind of have to start him at this point. So I'm going with Pacheco and Ford. Thank you for the super chat, Colton. I appreciate you. Gazelle says, start 3. Thank you for the super chat. Chase, Puka, Olave, Nico, Cooper, Pittman. Shit. That's a tough one. So we're going with lock in Puka, lock in Olave. At this point, you have to lock in Puka. You have to lock in Olave. Don't overthink things with Puka or Olave. Okay. Now, this is one where what you're going to do is you're going to write this down. Write this down right now, Mr. Gazelle. Chase, Puka, lock them in. Lock them in. I mean, no. Puka and Olave, lock them in. Just lock them in. Now, write down on a paper, your phone, something. Write down, if Joe Burrow plays, play Jamar Chase. If Joe Burrow... So you got to figure this out on Sunday. So if it's on Sunday, if it seems like Jamar Chase, or it seems like Joe Burrow's going to play, then you play Chase. If not, you play Nico Collins. So write down Puka, Olave, Chase, and then pivot to Nico if it seems like Jake Browning's going to start. Because again, could Chase be good with a backup quarterback? Yeah, but I'd much rather just lay up and throw Nico in the lineup. So Olave, Puka, Chase. But if Burrow doesn't play, pivot to Nico. It's very simple. I know it sounded complicated, but it's simple. So again, Puka, Olave, and Chase. If Burrow doesn't play, replace Chase with Nico. Kathy, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Lawrence or Goff, thank you for everything. No problem. I personally love Jared Goff this week. But again, this is one of those where you might be getting a little too cute if you start Goff over Lawrence, right? Because Lawrence, sure, he had a down week 2, but are we really panicking off of a down week 2? Probably not, right? Goff's got Atlanta. I think Atlanta's kind of sneaky good. So I'm going with Lawrence against Houston. I think Lawrence could lay the hammer down. So I'm going Lawrence. I'm not overthinking things. Again, a lot of what happens early on in the season is we start really trying to overthink things, right? We panic. One guy plays bad. You panic. And again, I think Goff's going to be fine. I have Goff ranked as a top 12 quarterback. But you don't want to panic on Goff, or you don't want to panic on Lawrence after one down game. So go ahead and play Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is going to be fine. Do not panic on Trevor Lawrence just yet. Now, eventually, maybe you want to. But right now, do not panic. Go Trevor Lawrence, 100%. Lock that one in. Trevor Lawrence over Goff. Next question here. Thank you guys for all the super chats. I really appreciate all you guys. Lee, I accepted Gibbs, Javonte, Will, and Chase for Bijan and Watson. I don't mind that. I do not mind that. That's a pretty even trade. If I'm being honest with you, half PPR. Let's hope. I mean, Bijan's just a stud. You already know that. Watson, who knows how good Watson will really be when he comes back. I think he'll be good. But Chase, once Burrow figures things out, Chase is a top 3 receiver every single week. You don't even have to think about it. And if David Montgomery misses a serious amount of time and Dan Campbell actually figures things out, Gibbs should be a top 12 running back weekly. So I think you made the right decision there. I would rather have Javonte, Gibbs, and Chase, but it is really close if I'm being honest with you. Like, neither, like, you didn't get ripped off and the other person didn't get ripped off. It's odd when someone sends like a question in chat and it's like actually a fair trade. That was a fair trade. That was a fair trade. So Gibbs, Javonte, and Chase would be the better side, but it is very fair. Thank you for the super chat. I like that trade. I'm hoping Gibbs does good because you guys know, or anyone that was here in the offseason knows that I was a big Jahmyr Gibbs guy. And TJ, I still haven't seen your question. I saw you said you have to go Lawrence, so I hope you're able to get it to me. Zach Moss or James Conner? Zach Moss. Monitor Pacheco's hamstring. Yeah, I think he's going to play, though. So Puka didn't practice today. Puka didn't practice last Thursday either, I don't think. I'm not panicking. Javonte Williams, Zay Flowers, DJ Moore, Josh Reynolds, Miles Sanders. Here, actually, I think we've had my team on the screen for a while, so we'll go back to just looking at me. I know, it's so luxurious just looking at me. Okay, yeah, try resigning now. Hey. Javonte Williams, Zay Flowers, DJ Moore, Josh Reynolds, and Miles Sanders need one running back and one flex. Yeah, go DJ Moore and Miles Sanders. Bravo says, thank you for the super chat. Bravo hearing aid service. How to improve? 0-2 getting interest in Ford. My team is Burrow, Bijan, White, Waddle, Higgins, Goddard, Pacheco, B-Rob, Love, Ford, Gainwell, Dotson, Shaheed, and Roshan are available. Your team looks good. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Your team does look good. So this might be one of those 0-2s where you just got screwed over. But you should have more confidence in your team. So what I would do right now is I would cut Gainwell and pick up Roshan, because I think Roshan's going to be highly used in this Bears offense, at least based upon the report that I saw. So do that. Cut Gainwell, bring in Roshan. And I guess all you can do is just hope Burrow figures it out. And then you're going to be golden, like Pony Boy. So I think you're going to be fine. I wouldn't panic too much. Waddle might not play this week. Sure, that kind of sucks. But don't panic too much on your 0-2. Because on paper, you have one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best running backs. You have a star group of receivers. You have Dallas Goedert, who's a solid tight end. You have Rachaad White, who's panned out pretty well. And you have Ford. So your team's looking pretty good. I would, if you need a starting lineup for this week, I don't think Burrow's going to play. It's going to be with Love, Bijan, Rachaad White. You're going to have Higgins, Dotson, Goddard, and Ford. That's your starting lineup. So I think you should be fine. You know, I'm not panicking too much. Again, 0-2, don't panic. This is what a lot of people do. They go 0-2, they panic a ton. They start trading people left and right. You don't need to. You don't need to panic. I've won a league before going 0-2, so don't panic too much. Your team looks good, in my opinion. And again, your starting lineup should be Jordan Love, Bijan, White, Higgins, assuming Wild doesn't play, Higgins, Dotson, Goddard, Ford. And then pick up Rashid Shaheed, or pick up Roshan Johnson and drop Gainwell. Tommy, 10-man PPR, T-Law, Bijan, Pollard, Higgins, Puka, Andrews, Kyron on the bench, or the Kyron. And then your bench is DJ Moore, Sanders, Addison, Tutu, Herbert, Zay Jones. Any trade ideas? Great question. Great question. So since you have, let's see here. So what I would be looking to do is if Herbert is Justin Herbert, you need to trade one of Herbert or T-Law off your team. If it's not, which I don't think it is, but maybe it is. Let me know. Is that Justin Herbert or is that Khalil Herbert? You posted it again, TJ. Let me see. Full PPR. Dude, I don't see your question. I don't know what the hell is wrong with YouTube. Because the messages most recently I've got, it says, I'll try resetting now. That says posted it again. And it says full PPR for my question. Do you have Twitter? You can DM me at NotoriousFantasy. I'm sorry that this happens to you. So yeah, let me scroll down here. Tommy, is this? It's Khalil Herbert. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, TJ. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. If you have Twitter or email, you can email me, NotoriousFantasy@gmail.com. Or DM me on Twitter. Just let me know which one you're doing. So that's Khalil Herbert. So what I would look to do with your team right now is it looks pretty solid. What I would try to do is package Addison and Tutu or DJ Moore and Tutu for a better receiver, right? Because your running backs are stacked. Your whole team looks good. So if I'm being honest with you, I don't really think you need to do anything. But if you want to make a trade, look to package DJ Moore, Addison, and Tutu. So 2 out of those 3 for a better receiver too. Target the guy that has Jalen Waddle right now and try to get Jalen Waddle because I think people are panicking big time if they have Jalen Waddle with him missing a week, right? Do something like that. Or go for Jamar Chase, one of those guys. I hope that helped you. But again, if you don't feel like you need to, don't always feel like you need to trade because I think your team is locked in, looks really good. Alrighty. So thank you for the super chat, Tommy. Yeah, AJ Brown. That's a good one. A guy like AJ Brown. Rahul, I'm sorry about that, man. Sorry that my Dolphins bent you over a little bit there, man. Yeah, AJ Brown is like a buy mid candidate. Start Ingram or Laporta? I'm starting Ingram. Just say, wow, I traded into this team. Hurts, Mixon, Stevenson, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Goddard, Moss. Yeah, your team is fucking insane. That doesn't even make sense. Garrett Wilson for AJ Brown. If someone will take if you can get AJ Brown for Garrett Wilson, you take that in 5 seconds. You want AJ Brown. AJ Brown for traded for Higgins and Pickens. I like that. That makes sense. I'd rather have AJ Brown than Higgins and Pickens. Higgins and Pickens. That sounds like a fucking crazy ass like kids show. Higgins and Pickens. Thanks for your advice. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you to everyone watching the stream today. Make sure you guys hit the like on today's stream. Hit that subscribe button. If you are new, it really helps out. Helps the channel grow so that we can have more people like you guys in chat every day. Have a fun time, you know? I appreciate you too, C. Thank you. Thank you, guys. If I package Tutu and D-Hop together, what range of running backs could I get? You can probably get the range of like the grosser running backs, right? I think you may be able to get up to Gibbs if the Gibbs owner is like scared. I see a Sons of 4. Who else? Trying to think of like some mid-range running back, like James Cook, maybe. Like a James Cook type of guy. Drake London or Atwell? I'd go Atwell. Kelsey should get back to his 90% snap share, 100%. Everyone gather for a new episode of Higgins and Pickens. Sounds like Peppa the Pig. Should I trade Garrett Wilson? Look, I would trade Garrett Wilson if possible. Godwin or London? Godwin, 100%. Drake London is basically like starting a fucking ticking time bomb in your roster. Now you can start him, but you have to understand that bastard might get you 0, but he could get you 20. Drake London's good. Thank you guys all for watching today's stream. I do appreciate it. We go live until 8:15 tonight, right when the game kicks off. Oh, tonight's an Amazon Prime game, and I lost my fucking Amazon remote, so I'm going to be sitting in the room scavenging for the Amazon remote. So that's good. Let's throw it on my other TV and then while I look for it. We'll be live up until 8:15 tonight, and then we'll be live again Sunday at 11 a.m.-ish. I think we started a little later last week, but 11 a.m.-ish. Definitely before 12 p.m., though. Get around an hour and a half to 2 hours into the stream. Should I stream Titans or Rams defense? I would go with... All right, let's see. Titans against the Browns or Rams against the Bengals. I'd go with the Rams. Nick, I'm going to DM you on Twitter. Okay, thank you. Just so you guys know, if you DM me on Twitter and I don't answer, it's not because I dislike you or something. It's because my DMs look like a fucking OnlyFans model. I get so many defense. I get so many DMs. Like I would throw I would show you like what it looks like, but there's like a million unopened DMs. It's hard for me to answer, but obviously TJ donated, so I'll answer him. Should I drop Najee or Khalil to stream Goff? I would drop Khalil Herbert. Swift Breida has the Niners D. All right, I'm out of traffic. I'll see you next stream. Good luck, everyone. See you, Tyron. Trevor Lawrence or Brock Purdy? Trevor Lawrence. Hey, Nick, I'm going to PPR league. Should I trade Pittman and Madison for AJ? Who won? I'd rather have AJ. Daniel Jones or Stroud? I'd go Daniel Jones. Rock out with my cock out with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Breida, Dotson, or Elijah Moore? Great question. I do not want to play Matt Breida tonight. I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. I do not want anything to do with Matt Breida tonight. Like, I guess if you have to start him, right? I've said this before. Like, if you have to start him and I tell you to start him, then sure, he was a fine option. But in reality, I'm trying to avoid him at all costs. Elijah Moore feels fine, but he hasn't really done much this season, even though I like him as a talent. Watson does have a better matchup this week, though. I would just go with Dotson. Like, Dotson's getting the targets. This could be a big game out of Dotson. Especially if this game gets really high scoring between the Bills and the Commanders. So if I had to, I would go Jahan Dotson out of that group. I like Elijah as well, but I need to see Elijah really put the pen to the paper, put up the game before I can do it. Like, Dotson at least looked good week 1. So I'm going Dotson. Wilson or Jones? Wilson or Jones? I would go with Russell Wilson over Daniel Jones. DJ Moore or Zay Flowers? I would go DJ Moore. Jones or Baker? Jones. I think every time I've seen Breida start, he's gotten injured. Yeah, basically every time. Kendre Miller is kind of an interesting piece to add this week, but I don't know how much Kendre Miller's going to do. All right, I'm checking it out now. Thank you, TJ. I see your question. So TJ's question was, 12-team, 1-point PPR. He needs 2 running backs and a flex. James Cook, Joshua Kelly, Rashad White, Gus Edwards, Damian Pierce, or Amari Cooper. He's starting Diggs no Olave, and it's no hassle, man. Don't worry about it. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? So for sure you're locking in James Cook and Rashad White. So James Cook, Rashad White, lock those guys in. And then I'd go Amari Cooper. So James Cook, Rashad White, and Amari Cooper. I don't know why it didn't let you send this in the chat. Fucking YouTube is stupid sometimes, but that was very simple. So again, I'll even send it to you on here so you don't even, if you didn't get it. Rashad White, Cook, and Cooper. Cooper. I said fucking Scooper on accident. Cooper. Who do the Jets play? The Jets play the Patriots. Ryan Conway, thank you for the super chat. Myers, Kirk, or Moss at the flex? Let's go Zach Moss. Zach Moss looks real good. Zach Moss is like a must start at this point, to be honest with you. Like Evan Hull's out for the season until JT potentially shows back up. Like I'm just firing Moss into the lineup. Without any regard for who they're playing or the fact that Gardner Minshew's in the lineup. Even if Gardner Minshew's starting, like I think Zach Moss could be fine. Zach Moss looked fine when Gardner Minshew was in the game, so I'm going Moss for sure. Zach Moss for the flex. What's up, Brian? Do you ever watch Slow Observer? Exactly what I was thinking. Thanks for confirming. No problem. Fryermuth or Chig? Fryermuth. Trade Ridley for ETN. I'd rather have Ridley. Play D-Hop, Mike Thomas, Christian Watson, or Hollywood over Higgins if Burrow doesn't play. I would play Watson, assuming Watson plays. Should I drop Ayuk for Hopkins? If you had to drop one, I'd drop Hopkins. Don't drop Ayuk. I hope James Conner falls in the end zone this week. I hope so too for your stake. Noah, Nick, who are you going in the flex? Addison or Wilson? I would go Addison. Do you accept this trade? Kelsey, ETN, and Burrow for Hill, Fields, and Waller. I would rather have Kelsey, ETN, and Burrow. Kendre Miller, he'll be okay. Chat, are we thinking Kendre Miller is the 1-2 punch when Kamara comes back? No. Because Miller and Kamara play very similar. I think once Jamal Williams comes back, he'll be the 2. But Kendre Miller could be an interesting start this week. Like if you're just throwing out, like, fuck it, I need to play someone, and then you play him, go ahead. But he's not like an ideal start this week, if I'm being honest. What do you think about Akers? I don't think he's going to be good anytime soon, but he was dropped. I would hold, like, if Akers is available, I would just hold him. Jacobs, Stevenson, or ETN. Pick one. ETN. Pats or Browns this week? Pats. Danny Dimes or Dak? Dak. Zach Moss, James Conner this week? Yeah, Zach Moss over Connor. Jerome Ford or Tutu Atwell? Jerome Ford. Saquon with a high ankle sprain. Yeah, it's tough. Danny Dimes or Richardson? Danny Dimes, because Richardson's not going to play, I don't think. Breida is a beta start, agreed. Algier, Sutton, Hodgins, or Musgrave in the last spot? I would go Algier. One more, Purdy or Watson? I'd go with Purdy. Kevin. Full PPR, who do I flex? DJ Moore or Brian Robinson? Now, realistically, if Justin Fields didn't look like a flaming pile of dog shit, it would be such an easy answer to go with DJ Moore. I still think DJ Moore has the juice. He looked good last week. I think DJ Moore could still have a great rest of his season. But right now, I would just go with Brian Robinson, right? I don't think the Bills' run defense is all that amazing. The Bills' run defense got fucking gashed by Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook, and Breece Hall was running on his third leg, not his other leg. So I'm going with Brian Robinson for sure over DJ Moore this week. Brian Robinson over DJ Moore. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Should I trade Moore and Hunt for Waddle? 100%. 100%. Don't even think twice about it. Go with DJ Moore or go with Hunt. DJ Moore and Hunt, I would 100% rather have Waddle than that. Again, I don't even need to think twice about it. Obviously, Waddle might not play this week, so it might hurt this week. But looking forward, you should be good to go with Waddle over those two. Like, Hunt might be useless this season, I'm being honest with you. So definitely would rather have Waddle. 100%. I would trade that. Rock says, my bad. My team is Burrow, Love. Okay, here, wait. Let me pull this up on the big screen. My bad. Team is Burrow/Love. Running backs are Bijan, Walker, Charbonnet, Roschon Johnson, McKinnon, Javonte. Wide receivers are St. Brown, Olave, McLaurin, Ayuk, Jason, Dobbs, Ferguson. So you want me to set your lineup for you? Second. Just go with text. All right. So I'm going to set your lineup for you right quick. No problem, Kevin. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. All right. So you're going to have to go with Love because I don't think Burrow's going to play. But we wait. Wait until Sunday before you make that decision. But yeah, your running backs, you're going Bdge and Walker. Don't overthink things there. For receivers, you're going to go St. Brown, Olave, and then your flex or your third receiver would be McLaurin. And if you have 3 receivers and an extra flex, your extra flex is going to be Roschon Johnson. Your team looks really good. So if you're panicked in any way, I don't remember what you said first, so let's actually go back and check what that said. Rock out. Okay. So your question actually, yeah, no, that makes sense. So your lineup should be Burrow, but if Burrow doesn't play, obviously Love. Bijan and Walker. Brown and Olave. And then your third receiver is going to be McLaurin. But if you don't need 3 receivers, you would go McLaurin as your flex. And if you need a third receiver, you would go Dobbs. Your team looks really good. I'm going to be honest with you. Your team is looking real good. Alrighty. Do you think Jamar Chase will be good without Burrow? No. I would worry, yeah. I would worry. Worry very much so. I think all my teams are good. Jerry Jeudy, Kendra Miller, Jacoby Myers. I would go Jacoby Myers. Fields owner desperate to get rid of him. Offered me Fields, Kelsey, and either Debo or Puka. Yeah, I would go. I'd rather have Fields, Kelsey, and Puka. I don't think Jake Browning's any good, John. But you just said whoever the fuck that is, so I don't even think you know who he is. I don't think he's that good. Yeah, Kareem Hunt might not be a good ad. Joe Nathan says, should I start Purdy over Fields? I would. Also got the Cowboys defense and your kicker's Money. Yeah, so your team's definitely looking good. Dude, the Cowboys defense has so many fucking fantasy points. Even without Trayvon Diggs, they're going to keep scoring. Like a lot of, I do talk about this a lot, like how important streaming defenses is. But every year, there's just that one team that's just like a hammer you play every single week. And the Cowboys are very clearly that this year, right? The team that even when they're going up against a tougher matchup, you still probably play them because you don't really want to cut them. And I like your kicker. Is his name Moody? I thought his name was Moody. That's his name Jake Moody. It is Jake Moody. Yeah, he's a good kicker. Lee says, 1 PPR trying to move Wilson and White. I have Bijan and Andrews. Wide receivers are okay. Any suggestions on deal to come up with? Thank you. Your content is amazing. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it. Yeah, Moody. All right. Trying to move Wilson and White. So you want a receiver. So Wilson and White. Package Wilson and White. Send for Waddle, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown. Who are some other receivers that have been pretty down that are good? Let me just look. I'm going to just read off a bunch of receivers that haven't been great. That, let's see here. Who's been kind of down? Ridley. You might be able to get Ridley. Yeah, so package Wilson and White. Send trades out for Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, Jamar Chase, and AJ Brown. That's who I'm firing trades off for. Like an insane person there. That's what I'm doing. So again, write this down. I'll type in the chat too. Waddle, Chase, AJ Brown. Who's the other guy? Waddle, Chase, AJ Brown. There's another one that I liked. Damn, my brain. My brain failed me. Shit, I don't even know who I said. Oh, man, what an idiot this guy is. Can't remember who he said. All right, just fire for those three guys right now. Waddle, Chase, AJ Brown. I bet Elijah Moore goes off tonight. I don't think so. Hey, Nick. One this week. Tyreek Hill, Monroe St. Oh, bench one. Okay. Yeah, bench Christian Watson. Oh, Ridley. Ridley's the other guy. Yeah, it's Ridley. I'm going to type it again. Sorry, guys. My brain fucking fails me. Waddle, Chase, Brown, Ridley. Thank you, guys. That's what happens when we live stream for over an hour. My brain just turns off. But I appreciate everyone who showed up today to the live stream. I appreciate all you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you, guys. We're going to keep answering some questions, though. Garbage time carries for Mitchell. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. Let's go on DraftKings right quick. Maybe make a bet here. Because I haven't made any bets. I'm excited for the UFC. The UFC just announced a bunch of fights in November and December. That should be good. Should be fun. What bonus do I have available? NFL no sweat bonus bet. Oh, yeah. One of my bets lost. So I got one of those no sweat bonus bets. The love of my life. All right. Should I play Addison instead of Chase if Burrow doesn't play? Yeah, 100%. Kincaid or Njoku? Njoku. Yeah, I think Mitchell does and Shanahan. That makes sense. I took the over for Zach Wilson running 13.5 yards. That's not a bad bet. Myers, Watson, London, Moss for my flex. I would play Moss in the flex. I'm getting off for the game. I have to get some bets in. Thank you. No, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'm going with Puntan, baby. Alex Pereira, my boy, by fucking decapitation. He's winning. He's the underdog. Puntan's winning for sure, dude. Can't wait for that. The Puntan and John Jones parlay is gonna smack hard. Ryder, Van Gogh, Hill, Lamar, and Mostert for Gibbs, Chase, Goff, and Michael Thomas. I am trading Hill. What are your thoughts here? I would rather have Hill, Lamar, and Mostert, if I'm being honest with you. I think Mostert might lose his value, but I'm going to be honest with you. Michael Thomas, like, with how bad Derek Carr looks, like, I don't really know if Michael Thomas is ever really going to be that guy that's really useful. So, Gibbs, fuck. What do you think, Spock? This is a close one. This is a really close one. Oh, man. Yeah, I get that. I'd probably just keep Hill, Lamar, and Mostert. That's just kind of how I feel. Yeah, go with stick with Hill, Lamar, and Mostert. That would be my gut. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was my gut, so I'm sticking with the gut. Stick with Hill, Lamar, and Mostert. I don't think it's a bad trade if you accept it, but I'm sticking with that. Godwin, Swift for Christian Watson. Don't do that. I'm not losing Hill for that. Yeah, I need Michael Thomas to do good too because I got Michael Thomas. I just bet Christian McCaffrey first touchdown score, and I think I'm gonna use the thing on DK where you can bet the Giants to go up. If the Giants go up 7, the money line will cash. I'm going to bet $25 on that. I mean, that's obviously not going to hit, but you might as well try if they go up 7. My bet will win. So hopefully they score the first touchdown of the game. And I'll be happy. Lee says, you the GOAT. Thank you. You're the GOAT as well. Everyone that's here is a GOAT. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you again, Lee. I really appreciate that. What is the NFL thinking? No, apparently they have to ask the teams about this if you play Thursday back-to-back on the road. So I guess the Giants accepted that. I don't think it's... I think they have to accept that. I don't think it can just happen. Juan, thank you. Need a quarterback backup for Burrow, questionable. Who should I drop? Ford, Algier, Gabe Davis, Pittman, London. Also have Puka and Rashad White. Yeah, drop London like it's hot. I'm dropping Drake London for the backup quarterback. Again, London might end up being a league winner, but I'm just going to be honest with you. London is going to score 0 or 4 points so often that it's going to basically be impossible to ever actually want to start him. So yeah, I would drop Drake London like it's hot. Now maybe the team just commits to throwing more. So then maybe I'll look like an idiot. But right now I'm dropping London very easily. I don't want anything to do with Drake London right now. So yeah, I'm dropping Drake London. 10-man, I have T-Law, Gibbs, Jones, Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Hawk, Godwin. I just got offered Cup for A.J. Brown. Should I accept it? No, do not accept that. Do not accept that. Did I win this trade? I lost Chubb, Connor, and Dalvin for Eckler. Yeah, that's fine. I would do that. Rashad White, Connor, and Mostert, pick 2. I'd go with Rashad White and Mostert. Yeah, that is crazy. Who should I start as my RB2? I would go with Roschon Johnson. DJ Moore, Nico, Rashad. I already answered that one. Javonte Williams or Roschon, Javonte Williams. I told everyone last week to grab Moss. I was thinking he was going to take a few weeks, but yeah, dude, he dropped his nuts on the defense. He played real well. So, kind of happy for him. They played well. Drop Kendrick Bourne, Sutton, or Zay Jones, or for Zay Jones, Dobbs, Elijah Moore. I would drop Sutton for Zay Jones. Full PPR start Debo, Puka, DK, or Mike Evans. I would start Puka. Now, A.J. Brown's going to be fine, man. Don't worry. Yeah, I missed out on Zach Moss in my leagues, too. I didn't really think he would be that good. He was never that good in Buffalo. Never that good. Money jumping like I'm Davis from New Orleans. Oh, bitch, I'm hard and I don't miss nothing. Oh, man. I can't believe someone dropped ETN in my league. Yeah, that is crazy. 3 minutes of game time later, Nick and Spock. See you, man. Good luck this week. Yeah, good luck to everyone. I'm going to skedaddle out of here probably in a minute or 2 as well. Start Waller or Laporte? I'm playing Waller. Roschon on the waiver wire. Yeah, I'd pick him up, Keith. Definitely pick him up. Dude, who keeps calling me? Let's go. Herbert hasn't looked good. Yeah, I agree. Start Dotson, JSN, or Tony. I would play Dotson. Later, hit that thumbs up, people. Yes, sir. But if DK doesn't play, then go with JSN. Oh, man. Thank you guys all for watching the stream. I really do appreciate all you guys. It means the world to me that everyone watches these things. Madison or Ford? Ford for me. Good luck, all. Good luck, everyone. Javonte Williams or Kyron Williams? Kyron. Any of the trending wide receivers that you'd start over considering? Yeah, I would start most receivers over Chase this week if Burrow doesn't play. Goff or Burrow? I would just play Goff because, again, I don't really think Burrow's going to end up playing, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, that may be available. Maybe Atwell, Daniel. But, yeah, I would play Goff over Burrow. I don't think Burrow's going to play. I think he might chance it and play, but I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be way better off with Goff this week against Atlanta than Burrow. I'm going to bump Burrow down the rankings as we get closer and closer to the end of the season. Or as we get closer and closer to the end of the start of the week. So I'd go Goff over Burrow for sure. 100% Tyler. Thank you for the super chat again. I appreciate you. Bourne or Delta Flex? I would go Bourne. I need Water to get 20 fucking points. Maybe he will. All right. So thank you guys all for watching the stream. Tyler again, go with Goff. I appreciate you guys all a ton. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Video coming in the morning, wide receiver rankings, and then I will be on the Odd Shopper. I don't know if it's a live stream or not. I used to work at Stochastic. I'm going on as a guest for the Odd Shopper betting show with Andy Francis, my friend. So I'll be on there tomorrow as well. I'll tweet that out and I'll tweet that one out. So I'll see you guys Sunday on the live. 2 more videos left on the week. I love you guys so much. Trade Drake London for Brandon Ayuk. Jordan Addison for Ayuk. I think I'd rather have Ayuk. So yeah, I would do that. My next live stream is Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, around that time. Again, it doesn't always start on time, though. Trade Amari Cooper for Mike Williams. I would rather have Amari Cooper. So I love you guys. Have a great one. I'm going to hit the outro. Have a good one. Good boy.